This episode of What's the Story podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, trusted by over 2 million men worldwide, including yours truly and my immaculately groomed co-host Graham Merrow Merrigan. Now, if you're in the market for some beautiful town halls, we have an exclusive offer just for our listeners. 20% off and free shipping when you go to manscaped.com and use the code WTSPOD at checkout. And that's available worldwide. So if you're in Ireland, the UK, the US, Europe, Canada, Australia, doesn't matter. Use WTSPOD at checkout. You'll get that discount and that free shipping. Now, we've been banging on about Manscaped for a good while in this podcast, so I'm going to assume a lot of you out there are already using the good old Lawnmower 3.0, their third generation trimmer that features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce those grooming accidents like nicks and tugs and scratches and all the things you get with lesser blades. I'm going to assume you're already benefiting from that advanced skin safe technology that Manscaped have. I'm also going to assume that your nasal hair and ear hair are completely under control, that they get regular trimmages thanks to the weed whacker. I'm going to make that assumption. What I'm here today to tell you about, lads, is Manscaped's brand new peak hygiene plan. It's a cracking little package. That's what the ladies will say when you use the lawnmower, what? Anyway, it's a great little plan. And it's a membership and it's a members portal that allow you mix and match and tweak and pick, and you can do all those things with all the different Manscaped products that you want and love. So rather you want some ball deodorant, rather you want some replacement blades, rather you want some foot deodorant, rather you want a bit of ball toner, rather you want an old crop mop, the old ball wipe, you can mix and match, you can pick whatever you want, you get it sent to you straight to your door, hassle free, so that your town hall hygiene is always going to pass inspection. You want more though? You want more good news about it? I mean, they give you a free gift. Yeah, that's right. You're not just getting discount with our code. You're not just getting great balls. You're not just getting clean and fresh and looked after. You're also getting a free gift every time. Isn't that good, huh? So your replenishment pack always comes with something a little bit extra to put a smile on your face. Go to manscaped.com. Use the code WTSPOD at checkout. You get 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com and using the code WTSPOD. Put handsome on autopilot with the new peak hygiene plan from Manscaped. Hello everybody, welcome to WTS 230 episodes, my god. My name is Danny Murray.
And I'm Graham Merrigan. 230, that's mad, isn't it though?
Yeah, that's it. We should call this episode the Toothache, Graham.
Why?
230.
Oh god. You're laughing at your own jokes.
Absolutely. We're a year in lockdown, man. What do you want me to do? Like, I have to give myself some sort of entertainment. I'm having conversations with myself during the day and all.
It's mad that we're a year in lockdown, isn't it?
It is. And yeah, like, I mean, like, literally, as this episode goes out, will be like a year and a day since your man said, I need to talk to you about coronavirus. You know what I mean? So
that was a good year for us, actually.
Thank you. Again, a year in lockdown. I've been working on it.
Yeah. Been a shit show, isn't it?
Yeah, but sure. I mean, look, we're nearly at the end of it now. Like, the vaccines are coming. I'm in good form. Like, I'm optimistic after our chat with Luke a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I am as well. But even by Luke's own admission, though, he wished that the government had a bit of ambition with their vaccination program, and there's no will to buy any more, like to buy extra surplus of vaccines, because we have to rely on the European frameworks vaccines, and that just, to me, that just sounds crazy. Like, and they'll say that the supply is not there, but like Luke said, why go out and get China's one, go out and get Russia's one? They've plenty to go around, but We will
Yeah,
get there, no doubt about it. But it's the wait and see. And then when you're looking at the Brits and they're all their restrictions will be lifted on June 21st, and then we'll be just watching. But we'll be just watching by. How he is, lads.
yeah, I know. I
That
get what
could
you
go
mean.
tits up
Like,
as well, though.
I was got yeah. Look, fingers crossed it doesn't for them. I think at this point the whole world needs to start, seeing a bit of hope and like, geez, if they can do it, why can't we? Kind of carry on. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The whole like a lot of people kind of reacting like they're looking at Britain and they're saying, "Oh, look what they done because they weren't part of the EU deal and all that." And I'm kind of like, yeah, but you're not really comparing like for like. Ireland isn't Britain. Like, if we were to go into a free market and try and get all the stuff, like I think we'd pay far and above what we would have paid as part of the EU deal or whatever. And I'm not 100% sure it would have worked out the way people seem to think. I don't know, to be honest with you. But look, there's more and more vaccines coming. The Johnson and Johnson one, by the time this goes out, it could be approved by Europe. That's a little one shot. You can keep it in the fridge, like fucking diabetes medicine or whatever. That'll be a little ripper if it gets going.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right. I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm happy as well. And Liverpool keep losing in the league, so
Which is amazing. It's the best thing in the world, that is. Hello to cousin Michael and Keith. How are you, lads? Oh, man. And Paul Howard, of course. Paul probably hasn't watched any of the matches, of course. He tends to record them and watch them back
oh
sometime
yeah,
later, doesn't
yeah,
he? So,
yeah. I was down the pier with him on Sunday. We walked the dogs
mm,
and giving them stick over Liverpool was very enjoyable.
yeah. It's probably even more difficult for them, given last season they won the league and everything else, and now this season it's all just gone to pot, like.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Paul's dog is
spectacularly gone
excellent.
to pot. Say that again?
Paul's dog is excellent. Humphrey, a little Basset hound.
Yeah.
I think he's 12 maybe. And I was thinking the way Paul has mentioned Humphrey on previous podcasts with us is that I thought he was a bit immobile and a bit slow, but my God, Suggsy kept trying to sniff his hole and he was legging it and barking and he was
Yeah.
very grumpy and but he was still very mobile for his age.
Isn't it mad how dogs resemble our humans? Like Suggsy trying to sniff a hole, and sure, how many times have I told you not to do that?
Hey,
Oh,
how do you handle three dogs, Danny?
sure, hang on here. Look,
Three huskies.
look. That's how. Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's mad, like.
I'm conscious this is an audio presentation. I just turned the camera. I'm recording downstairs. Normally I record upstairs. This week I'm recording in my sitting room. And Lubo was on the floor, just passed out beside me. That's their default setting, man. Huskies have this reputation of being like handfuls and being mad. And you see videos online and they're like singing and screaming, and that's about 5% of a husky. The rest of it
Yeah.
is just eating and sleeping. They're great. Love them.
Well, and like the lads that I used to work with that have huskies, they insisted on that they needed to be walked 3 times a day, morning, lunchtime, and dinner time.
No, that's a cod. That's sure. Mac from Good Boy Dog Training that we had on previously, a good episode if you're ever looking for a bit of dog advice, and check Mac's stuff out because he's a good lad. You worked with him quite a bit with Suggsy, didn't you?
Yeah, he's deadly.
Yeah. Like Mac said it himself, kind of when it comes not just huskies but any dog, like you're better off having a short walk or a short bit of exercise, whatever, where the dog is engaged and loving it, rather than just walking it for the sake of walking it. Doesn't do anything. Like mental stimulation is just as important as physical. Like so, these
Yeah.
lads have like they've like puzzle toys, and they've got like we got them these licky mats, right? Now they're so simple, but for dogs they're amazing because all you do is you smear a bit of like vegetable, like we mash up vegetables and we rub it into this thing, or we'll do peanut butter on it for a treat or whatever. They'll sit there for an hour just trying to lick every last morsel of food out of it, like. And by the
And
time
then
they're
they'll be
finished,
wrecked after that hour.
I was gonna say, yeah. And I mean, it's not like they've been doing it. They've literally been lying there just licking this licky mat to bits, like. But by the end of it, they're like, "That's me for the day. Thanks, man, for that. Enjoyed that."
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you know
So,
what I
yeah,
love
man.
actually? Do you ever see the old BT ads for the FA Cup where it has the animals and they're just talking and
No, no.
do you ever see like the two birds sitting beside each other? Great day today. How about you?
No, no, I haven't seen it, man. Well, I
Sorry,
don't remember it at all. Yeah.
forget about that anyway, because
You
it just the way you said, the way you went, I can imagine that the dogs go.
Find them on YouTube and stick them up on the podcast Twitter, and then people will be
Yeah,
able to say rather. Yeah, well, I don't remember off the top of my head though. So very
I'll
sorry
send
about
them to
that.
you after this. They're very
Just,
funny.
I just ruined your moment there. Very sorry.
Yeah, you did. I couldn't articulate it properly either, so move on.
It's quite alright. You seem a bit sleepy. Are you tired, Graham?
Yeah, I'm very tired today. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
nap before recording, so I'm alert. Like I'm alert. It's just I'm lying down and my eyes look like they're closed, but it's because of the way
Yeah.
I'm looking into the camera.
Yeah. I'm not mad about like evening midweek naps or afternoon midweek naps. I find it maybe because I'm getting old, just upsets me sleep pattern too much. Like.
Yeah, I nodded off. I was watching the Harry Bikers,
Mm.
and I nodded off, and then I woke back up. I felt like I was asleep for about an hour or two, but it was about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I love
Those
the Harry
power
Bikers though.
naps. I could take them or leave them myself. Take them or
Do you know
leave
what
them.
I'm watching at the moment that I'm actually hooked on, and it's
Go on.
finals week?
Oh.
Junior MasterChef Australia.
I've watched the American one with Gordon Ramsay, but I've not watched the Australian one.
The Australian junior one, like they make a show of you. They're aged between 10 and 14, the contestants. And the Michelin star recipes
They don't make a show of me, Graham.
the Michelin star recipes they're coming up with is
What are they
ridiculous.
cooking? What are they making that's so impressive?
Um, what was the one last night? They had to pick from the vegetable patch in the garden, the MasterChef garden, and they had to come up with a dish. And one of the lads picked carrot, and he came up with a carrot jelly, and what's that glaze and a carrot glaze, and they were like, "This is the best dish we've ever had," and you'd put this in a fine dining restaurant. Your man's only 10, like.
Yeah, see, that's nonsense, man. I would absolutely bury those children out of it with my culinary skills. And I mean, he made a
Ice
carrot
bags
jelly.
don't
Like,
count, Danny, or steaks and chips, for fuck's sake.
how don't they? And why don't they?
Yeah, well, not
Like,
that's what I'm saying. These kids are unbelievable.
I would have
They
a
wreck me head though as well when they're cooking and it's a competition and they're beside each other and all, and they're like, say if me and you are beside each other, they'd be like, "You've got this, Danny. Keep going, Danny."
oh I'm not a fan of that faux encouragement kind of. We're
Yeah,
all stop it. No, I wouldn't. I'd be
yeah.
like sabotaging their dinner, walking by and kicking over their pot or something. You know what I mean? Like me, they're making their fucking velouté of carrot reduction with fucking blah blah blah. I'm there with me tin of beans and me batch loaf. Do you know what I mean? And they're like 10 minutes left, and I'm like, it only takes 6. It only takes 6.
It only takes 4 minutes in the microwave.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Sitting there, and they're like, you want to get your grill on? I'm like, toaster. It's fine. Don't worry. It's got this.
What
Yeah, got
what
this.
what is your favorite cooking competition show?
I do like MasterChef. I like
Yeah.
MasterChef when they're doing I think it was MasterChef the professionals, and the bit where they have to do the task, where they're
Brilliant.
brought in, and it's like, here's a dish we wanted to create, and they have ingredients there, and some of them don't go on the dish, some of them do go on the dish.
Yeah,
The
brilliant.
lads do get found out so quick. They're like, all right, yeah, so you were the head chef of such and such, and what was your signature dish? And they'll say what it is, and they'll be like, brilliant, so you've worked with fish before, and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, and he's like, right, Grant, today you're making, and it's some fish dish, and your man hasn't a clue how to, like, do the fish choppy uppy, and
Yeah.
why couldn't I think of the word fucking butcher there? Do you butcher a fish? Hang on, what is it when you're
Monger.
No, a fishmonger is somebody who sells fish, isn't it? But somebody who
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were talking about when you said butcher. I thought you said, what is it that sells a fish?
I know that prepares a fish. What is that?
Fillet of fish.
Yeah, look, who knows? Not me.
Do you like fish?
Take it or leave it. Depends. Really, really depends.
Would you cook it at home?
We started trying to cook it. Like Cubes loves a bit of fish, and we started, like, she was like, I want to eat more fish, and I was like, all right, grand, right, we'll have, look, one dinner a week can be a seafood dinner. I'll go with that, like, and we tried loads. I can't take the salmon. Not a fan of salmon. But
Really?
like, yeah, whitefish though. Like I can do cod and I can do monkfish and I can do hake and I can do what's halibut. I like a bit of halibut.
I
Um,
love prawns.
can't take the prawns at all. Fucking hate prawns. Like an old fish cake. An old fish cake
Tuna
with like,
steak.
huh?
Tuna
Tuna
steak.
steak. Yeah, I like fish cakes with salad and sweet chili sauce. Big fan of that
Oh,
combination.
stunning,
Big
yeah.
fan of that combination. Throw in a hard boiled egg in the mix of that salad there now, and I'm like, yep, there we go. Happy out. Happy out. Drop of
There's
salt,
salmon in
pepper.
most fish cakes, though.
You don't taste it though. Do you know? Like you just get a fishy taste. But it's true. You just get a like you couldn't like if I gave you a fish cake now, right, and I told you, right, there's 4 types of fish in there. Tell me what they are. You wouldn't. You'd just be like, ah, it's fishy, isn't it? Do you know what I
No,
mean?
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
And that's not to take away
I know
from.
the taste of salmon, though. I think I like salmon.
Yeah, I can't warm to it all now. I can't
I
warm to
like
it at all.
plaice.
Yeah, place is all right. Actually, I've had place before. It's grand. Sea bass is one that's supposed to be nice, but I haven't tried it,
No,
so
I
I
haven't
don't know.
tried it either. I don't think.
Um, Mackerel, can't take mackerel.
Oh
Can't take
no, I like
mackerel.
mackerel.
Tuna,
Why
if
can't you
it's,
take mackerel?
I just can't. I just can't. Tuna, if it's smothered in tuna, if it's smothered in mayonnaise with a bit of sweet corn, I'm all over it.
What do you like
Um,
cooking then?
I like chicken for its versatility, and I like beef. Steak obviously is a winner, like, but different cuts of beef, different. I wouldn't mind trying different, like brisket now. Oh, brisket, I fucking love making. Love a bit of brisket.
Do you barbecue?
Not really, no. Slow cooker is what I'm more. We don't have a barbecue. I've done an old disposable barbecue now. Do you know them ones that you pay a fire
Yeah,
for in the
yeah.
butcher? You light them
Er,
on fire and have to wait till the flames die down.
Last summer during lockdown, our mutual friend Mark Brock,
Hmm.
I went up to the front garden a few times, and he barbecued steak, and it was the most mouth-watering, sensational bit of
Yeah.
steak I think I've ever had. And I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that this summer. Thanks, Mark.
Good man, Brock. Good man. Brock loves getting into his cooking stuff. He's a
He's very
man
good
who.
at it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've been fortunate enough to eat in the Brock household a number of times over the years, and in fairness to him, like he's got his stuff down, you know. But the barbecue thing, I don't know. It seems as though it's like I'm conscious of how this is going to sound. It's almost as if it's a pronunciation of how you prove you're a straight male in 2020 and 2021 by barbecuing me. Do you know what I mean? It's it's like it's every macho man out there
It's all the Irish rugby team.
yeah, exactly. That's that's and I say that and friend of the podcast and the man with Bookshop podcast himself, Tom O'Matney, is the barbecue king. Um, his mullet, by the way, I don't know if you've seen Tom lately at all, but
Seen it.
his
It's ridiculous.
his mullet is a thing of beauty. Um,
Only he could pull that off with the handlebar moustache.
oh, stop, lads! If you do, Tom Matney, comedian, a gent, I've had him on podcast a number of times. But give him a look up on social media there, and just revel in the stunningness of his mullet. It is absolutely glorious.
His granddad was 100 the other day, and he had a picture of him, his dad, and his granddad, and he had the mullet, and I was just like, I think his granddad gave the hair stick as well.
But yeah, I've noticed a lot of the lads are doing these barbecue things, and a friend of the show, Brian O'Connor, another man, Brian from Cork, he's mad for the barbecuing lately as well. And like, fair play to him. I just don't have the. I don't know. It seems like you'd have to watch a barbecue. Whereas a slow cooker, you can just throw it in. Do you know what I mean? Whack it in and come back to it 8 hours later, and it's delicious. There's not a whole lot of effort with that. A
You'd
barbecue,
have
you have to
to
like.
watch a barbecue.
You do, man. You have to get it up to temperature. Then you have to, like, when the barbecue is not looking at you, you fucking throw the meat on the sly and close the lid before the barbecue catches on to what's happening. You know what I mean? You have to make sure that's the right temperature. The coals have to be a certain way. There has to be this. There has to be that. It's an awful lot of effort for a bit of fucking beef. Like, whack it in the slow cooker. Come back to it 6 hours later. It'll melt in your mouth. You'll be delighted with it.
slow cooker and the air fryers, they're taking over, aren't they?
Yeah, I still haven't got into the air fryer, despite our official correspondent Gary Mackle
Gary's
consistently,
obsessed.
consistently and constantly reminding us is the way to go. I've yet to take the plunge.
Gary is absolutely obsessed with cooking and slow cookers and
Yeah.
air fryers and everything.
Yeah, he is. He's a great man for the odd recipe here and there.
Like,
Just when we have a little group of Gary, and every so often he'll text in with what he's made for dinner or what he's thinking about making for dinner.
If you believe he has made some of those dishes, you're worse.
Why wouldn't I believe it?
Because it's like a banquet he's putting on for 4 people. Would you stop?
But sure, he says cooking is his passion, like, so I mean, I believe every word of it. I'm telling you now, when lockdown's over, we said it months ago in our little WhatsApp group, Graham. When lockdown is over, I look forward to a come dine with me session with us and Gary.
Yeah.
And I think Gary would win. I think Gary will win.
Yeah, of course he will.
He'll definitely win because I'll be disqualified for ordering Chinese. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I'll be like, "What do you fancy tonight, lads? Italian, is it? Grand, I'll order pizza."
Do you know what, Dan? I was watching the BBC last night at about 9 o'clock, and Caroline Aherne at the BBC was on,
right?
And she is Mrs. Martin, and the co-writer with Craig Cash of The Royal Family, and she passed away very young. She had her issues with alcohol, but half an hour of it was like a tribute show to her, showing her stand up, showing her Mrs. Martin interviews and stuff like that. And it just got me thinking how brilliant British comedy is. Like some of the shows, like
yeah.
I tweeted last night what's everyone's favourite British comedy, and I was like, mine would be The Royal Family, Only Fools and Horses, Phoenix Nights, The Office. There's loads, like.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, there's some British humour. Like, for example, like I wouldn't be an Alan Partridge fan at all.
Oh, I love him.
At all. I can't.
fucking love him.
I can't fucking stand Steve Coogan. Right, just can't.
But Alan Partridge is just a mockumentary, like.
I know, I just can't stand. It's never. I've watched it, like, and I've often thought, like, I watched it years ago and I didn't like it, and I've often thought, you know, as you get older, like, and just a sense of humor kind of changes and things. And I thought, maybe I just watched it now. I was like, no. I think the last time I tried, to watch it was, they had a clip where I can't remember what it was, but the end line or something was, he was like, Jesus, it's like the fucking IRA or something like that. The lad sing "Come Out You Black and Tans" was the clip.
Yeah.
And I remember everybody ranting and raving about it and whatever. I said, go on, I'll give him a watch then. And I didn't laugh once. Like, I was just like,
really? So what if when we talk about British comedy, what would your like series be, or what did you enjoy?
Like, Only Fools and Horses is like, that's the cream of the crop, really.
That's laugh out loud, isn't it?
That is proper, like, do you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter how many times you've watched it. Yeah, you know, and even if you know, like, you'll know the jokes coming up, but you're laughing before they've even got them out of their mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
they're laughing now, even thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But what was important about Only Fools and Horses was that the characters were brilliant.
Yeah,
like Boycie, Trigger, Rodney, Uncle Albert. They were all Uncle brilliant.
Albert, yeah. And even in the late, like, where the kid, Del Boy's kids and all were in it, like that, like, fucking brilliant, like, you know. Only Fools, Nicholas Lyndhurst, Rodney / Dave. Okay, actually, speaking of that, you notice the stadium in Wales, Rodney Parade. There was graffiti there last week. Somebody spray painted a big X through Rodney and just spray painted Dave above it.
No way.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh, cracked up laughing.
That is hilarious.
But Good Night Sweetheart. That's another one that I loved. Used to watch that with my man now when I was younger, and then I recently rediscovered it, and I'm on season 4 now, and I'm very much enjoying it. A lot of the jokes in it, there's no way to get away with making in this day and age, though.
Yeah. I thought Good Night Sweetheart was good, but I don't know if it's iconic or anything like that.
No, I'd agree with you. It certainly wouldn't be. It wouldn't be considered in the same way Only Fools and Horses or whatever.
It's kind of like sea level. It'd be like One Foot in the Grave.
That's actually, do you know what? Yeah, you're 100% right there. It would be, yeah, Victor Meldrew.
Or Last of the Summer Wine.
I've never watched Last of the Summer Wine.
That was like, again, it wasn't iconic, but like I
Mm.
remember Sunday evenings relaxing
Yeah,
to watch it and thinking it was good.
I know me man, I would have watched it now over the weekend when you only had like back in the day when you only had like 5 channels or whatever it was.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Before satellite TV became popular, like
Keeping up appearances as well was brilliant.
yeah, Ab Fab as well. That was another one
I
I
loved
used to
that,
watch.
Fab.
But yeah, no, a lot of the British stuff I just didn't. I don't know, just like even British stand-up comedy, like Lee Evans. I
Oh,
fucking hate Lee Evans. I can't take him at all. Like
I never took to him. Yeah, I just don't get it because but when it comes to British stand-up, I like storytellers.
yeah,
I don't like the cheap laugh of talking about, like, I don't know, rape and stuff. I went to see Jimmy Carr before, and he told about two rape jokes. It's like, is there actually any need for that?
Jimmy Carr. I like some of Jimmy Carr stuff. I like because sometimes those kind of short, punchy jokes are brilliant. Like, but I kind of got to feel like with some of the Jimmy Carr stuff, I liked him, and then it just got to the point where it's kind of like he's going a little bit Frankie Boyle in the sense of the controversy is what he thinks is funny, not the humor. But yeah, like I mean, I'd be the same kind of that style. Like Billy Connolly to me will always be the greatest comedian that's ever lived. He like absolutely just like doesn't matter how many times I've watched the DVD or I've watched the stand-up special or whatever, I will always laugh. Eddie Izzard, I fucking love Eddie Izzard.
Really? I never took
Yeah,
Eddie Izzard's comedy.
yeah.
I love
Massive
Billy
fan,
Connolly.
Eddie.
I've seen Billy Connolly live,
Same,
and
yeah, I was
I
fortunate to get to see
enjoyed
him.
it. I think my expectations, because it was Billy Connolly, who I think is a superstar when it comes to stand-up comedy, and I enjoyed it. I think I just expected. I think my
Yeah,
expectations were too high.
I
Same
think
as when I went to see Chris Rock. I was like, he was just meh.
yeah, I was the same. We went to see Chris Rock in the Tree Arena there only a couple of years ago, and
Yeah,
like I laughed, like, but at the same, it didn't blow me socks off or anything like
no,
that.
it
And I think
didn't blow
the,
me
the,
socks off. Right?
the Billy Connolly thing, I was fortunate enough to see him a few times, and I got to see him in 2001 in the Old Point Depot, and it was fucking amazing, absolutely fucking hilarious. And I've seen him again a couple of times over the years. I think the last 2 times he was in Dublin, um, I can't remember where it was. At the Borgash he played.
The Olympia was.
The Olympia, right? It was the Olympia,
Yeah.
and like I enjoyed it, but like the age definitely has caught up with him, and then Parkinson's
Yeah.
and like part of the humor for me watching Billy Connolly was always the thing of he'd start on one joke and he'd go, "Oh, that reminds me," and he'd tell you 2 or 3
I
different
love
stories,
that, yeah.
and he'd go, "What was I talking about again?" And it would always come back together, like. But now it felt as though when he was doing that, he was actually like it wasn't as endearing. It was like you were watching an old man struggle in a way. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was kind of,
Yeah, yeah.
but I still absolutely loved him, and I'm fucking so happy that I did get to see him as many times as I did. Like,
I
he'll always
went
be
to
the best to
see-
me. We'll be right back to our guest, but first we got to take a quick word from our good friends at Manscaped. We've got good news. They've just launched their peak hygiene plan. Now, this is a little membership portal, lads, and allows you to mix and match all your favourite Manscaped products. And I'm telling you, you want to get in on this because it's going to give you the most hygienic testes in town. Your town halls are going to be superb with this package, alright? So, what it allows you to do is to tweak and select all the products that you want. They get shipped to your door directly, hassle-free. You can build a combo any way you want, so you can get a little bit of ball deodorant, a little bit of foot spray, some ball wipes. It allows you to do all of that, and your membership price will stay the same. You even get a free gift sent to you every month. This month, the free gift is foot dust or foot deodorant. Massively important. Nothing worse than coming home from a long day, cracking off the Air Jordan, the smell rises up, hits you in the face, your eyes start to water, the paint starts to peel, your neighbour has to open a window, the dog has ran away from you, your missus is shouting at you, what is wrong with you, did something die in your shoe? None of that will happen when you use this stuff, right? And you get it for free when you subscribe this month. Peak Hygiene Plan from Manscaped. Head on over to manscaped.com, use the code WTSPOD, you'll get 20% off and free shipping. Now, back to our guest.
When I went to see Peter Kay, I thought I was going to have an aneurysm with the laugh. His storytelling, and you could, like, on his DVDs, his storytelling is kind of along the same lines, but it's just kind of up to date. But I still find it hilarious. But it's some of the stories, the way he tells them, like, you do be crying, laughing. I remember at the start of the show, it said, there's going to be an intermission here. And I went with David Brock. I was like, Brock, what the fuck's there an intermission for? I've never been to a stand-up show where there's an intermission. But boy, Jays, you needed it at Peter Kay because your mouth was in bits from laugh. He was deadly.
Peter Kay
Phoenix Nights is one of the best sitcoms going. Tell me you like Phoenix Nights.
Yeah, Max and Paddy as well. Yeah.
You liked Phoenix Nights, didn't you?
Yeah. I love Peter Kay.
It's not convincing. Yeah.
I don't know, just because I kind of feel like who doesn't love Peter Kay? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've never got to see him live. I fucking love. I think wasn't he meant to play and then he cancelled and then. Yeah, you know, but it's weird. Like, I'd love to see him live, because, like, anytime I've watched anything that he's done or he's been on, like, Graham Norton or Alan Carr or whichever one it was, like, it's fucking hilarious. Like, he's just he's a big
stand up is excellent, isn't it?
I've only ever seen one of his stand up things. I've never seen a whole lot about it, but I have to say I did. I laughed a lot at it. The other one that I love, and he flies a lot under the radar. There's a guy called Dave Gorman. Yeah, he does a show on Dave called Modern Life is Goodish. But I never seen Dave Gorman. Jono, my brother, put me onto him years ago. Through this thing, it was called the Dave Gorman, or Are You Dave Gorman? And then a DVD came out called the Dave Gorman Collection, where drunkenly one night he made a bet with one of his mates that he couldn't find a Dave Gorman for every card in a deck of cards. He had to go out and find 52 other Dave Gormans. And he literally travels the world trying to find them, like, and it just, the whole story goes from there. And it's fucking hilarious.
Really?
And then 2 years after that, he done another one then. Now this is, you're talking the early 2000s for this, right? So, like, you wouldn't be able to do this now, I don't think. But he done this thing where he found out what a Google whack is, right? Now, a Google whack was basically you'd put two independent words into Google and you'd only get one result. Just one, right? So of all the things in the internet, these two words, you'd only get one. And they had to be actual words, like they couldn't be made up words or whatever. You couldn't do that now because the internet is just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So the chances of you getting one now are fucking impossible, like. But back then, and he set himself a task of finding 10 in a row, and he had to do it by his, whatever it was, his 33rd birthday or something like that. And the story just goes from there. He ends up going to America. He ends up going to Australia. He ends in Australia during Mardi Gras. And the last person in his Google Whack chain is a secret cross-dresser who likes to think that they're a Danny Minogue tribute. And it's just fucking like, and this is all like, it's all actual. It's real. It happened. It's like, it is fucking hilarious, man. It's brilliant. So if you've ever watched his show on Dave and you've enjoyed it in any way at all, I would highly recommend going and finding those two things. They're fucking hysterical.
Did you like the Royal Family then?
Yeah. Of course you did.
Classic, isn't it? Classic.
Like,
there was when I tweeted last night about it, I got hundreds of responses. And there was a couple of comedies that I had forgotten about, but a couple that I'd never heard of. So with the Royal Family, obviously it's written by Caroline O'Hare and Craig Cash, and people kept mentioning Early Doors, which is written by Craig Cash. I've never seen Early Doors, but it looks really good, and I can't find anywhere to bloody watch the thing.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
But do you remember Drop the Dead Donkey?
I never watched it, but I remember the show. Like,
that was very good. That was very, very good.
Yeah, like you mentioned The Office there, and it's weird. The British Office I never really took to, but Extras, I fucking loved Extras.
Extras is brilliant.
Man, loved it. And like, I like Ricky Gervais, like I like his stand-up and whatever, and Afterlife on Netflix is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But Extras, man.
Derek is brilliant.
Derek is fantastic. Yeah, I think that one
Fantastic.
flies under the radar big time. Like,
Big time, yeah.
but the episode of Extras where Liam Neeson wants to be a comedian is just
No. I might actually go back and watch Extras
oh my god, man, it's
on
so
Netflix.
good. Like, yeah, it's absolute gold. Like, but
Yeah, so I think British comedy is brilliant. I think it's very
yeah,
consistent. Like there's so many sitcoms. Like even if you look at like we were saying the C level, so to speak, of sitcoms like Good Night Sweetheart, One Foot in the Grave,
yeah,
Last Summer Wine, like even something like Dinner Ladies, or
yeah.
you remember
What was your one, Mrs. Bouquet? What was that?
Keeping Up Appearances.
Is that what that one was? Yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
one.
that was brilliant. But do you remember do you ever remember the British Empire? Your
Oh
man,
my god, the British Empire. Loved it.
brilliant. I
Absolute
loved it.
Mr. Britas. Yeah.
That was just brilliant. Like, what was it? They operated a gym, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
like
it
a
was like a leisure center. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, that was
Oh
deadly.
man. That was actually fucking brilliant. Yeah. And then I could like obviously you've got the likes of Faulty Towers and all that as well. Like there's some
Absolutely.
that are almost too obvious, do you know what I mean? Like but the British Empire, Red Dwarf
Red
had some
Dwarf, yeah,
cracking episodes.
brilliant. But see, the
Uh,
thing is, like, the BBC created a lot of them, and the BBC seemed to always set aside funding, say, for sitcoms,
mm.
good half-hour sitcoms. It's a pity Ireland doesn't do that, like.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't
RTE or
it? Like
Virgin or that like that. You know, it's pity they don't say here to a production company, we're ordering 10 episodes of a sitcom, half hours. You know, because we have the talent, we have great comics in Ireland.
and that's, do you know what I mean? If you look at it, some of the best ones over the years have been very Irish. Like I mean, obviously, Father Ted is, do you know what I mean? Arguably the greatest comedy series ever. Like, but again, it took Channel 4 to back that and make that.
Mm.
Dirty Girls is one of the best that's out there at the moment. Like, it's absolutely fucking brilliant, you know. Then you've got the Young Offenders, absolutely brilliant. But again, that's BBC that are kind of doing that as a co thing. Uh,
It always seems to be a joint thing, though, doesn't it?
yeah, and maybe it is a money thing for RTE. Like I know people
Yeah.
say that, and like I remember, there was one I think was in the early 2000s. RTE Paths to Freedom, I think it was called.
Ah, brilliant.
Absolutely
Brilliant.
fucking amazing. And
That
then
was phenomenal.
they followed it up then with this thing. I think it was called the Roaring Twenties, and it was the biggest pile of dog toffee.
Roaring 20s.
The the thing.
I
I
don't
think
remember that.
I don't even think RTE would ever put it on the player. It was that bad, like. And like I mean, I'm sure the people involved in it, like, I've heard stories over the years of just RTE come to people like literally and they say, "We'll give you 6 months to make something." So you
Right.
just, it's either you agree to it or you forget about it and you'll probably never get another shot at it. So maybe that's what happened and they rushed it and they thought they had a good idea, they'll go with it. But it was just fucking muck,
Do,
like.
do you remember in the mid 90s, think around 96, maybe 95, 96, Upwardly Mobile?
No, I don't remember that at all.
RTE's like sitcom. I think they did 3 seasons, and it was just like it was a sitcom, and it was just based around three families and just
Yeah.
little day to day happenings. Like I don't think it got great reviews, but I thought it was okay. It was clean, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You know, actually, just it's not an RTE one, but it just popped back into my head there. Bread. Do you remember Bread?
Oh, Bread was brilliant,
Bread was fucking the
classic.
Scouse family. Absolutely. I remember I used to come home from primary school and used to be back to back episodes at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And my ma would be coming in work around the same time. So we both sit there and have our bit of soup or whatever watching it, like, because she would have watched it when it was originally on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
But absolutely fucking brilliant. I love that one.
yeah. That was brilliant, and the mother in it was brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. But
So many there is. Honestly, there's so
this
many.
great nostalgia buzz this is. There was so, you're right, there was so many shows like that when you're kind of like over the years obviously, but even just kind of when you think about it, just like the ones that like that when you're growing up you'd watch with your parents, that like you watched it because they were watching it, you didn't really have much of a choice, but now
Yeah.
like they're fucking hilarious, like, you know what I mean? So
I remember watching Upwardly Mobile. I think it was on a Sunday evening. And I think like you said, I think I was watching that most Sundays with me, either my parents or my grandparents.
Mm.
And because it was clean. My granny granddad used to love kind of clean comedy, silly
Yeah.
jokes, that way. That's why I got thinking upwardly mobile. Um, your man actually that was in it was he died of he got into a fight on Georgia Street and he had a heart attack.
Jesus.
And it turned out then that he was actually in the real IRA.
That's quite the turn I wasn't expecting.
But yeah, sitcoms, they're brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. I love how you done that. Like, you're like, he got into a fight on George Street and had a heart attack, and it turned out, and I thought you were going to say, yeah, it turned out he had this undiagnosed heart condition, or he had like a hole in his heart and the stress of the fight. No, no. Yeah, he had a heart attack. It turns out he was in the real IRA.
Yeah, but they only
As
found
if that
out
was the
when
next logical step.
they only found out at his funeral when he got like gun salute and tricolour and all on his coffin and all.
A load of lad in balaclavas turned up to pay their respects.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah. Look, fair play.
I'm gonna after we record this, I'm gonna check the British Empire how I can watch that.
I am as well, actually. Yeah, the British Empire is the one that's been in my head now ever since you mentioned it.
Brilliant.
My God, man, my God. But yeah, but this, do you know what it is? Like, I think lockdown is kind of, because everyone, like, I know everyone's kind of saying, oh, fucking completed Netflix, it's done now, I'm done with it, like, do you know what I mean? But it's those kind of older shows and stuff, and it's very easy to get wrapped up. I know lockdown isn't fucking perfect for anyone, but like, it's given us loads of opportunities to do some good stuff as well, like, and like that, just watch those great shows and all that. Look, I've got mad into playing the PlayStation again. I mean, do you know what I mean? And I'm enjoying it. So I'm like, oh, well, fuck, I'm going to focus on the little things that I like. So now
are you playing it online? Are you gaming online with other people or just yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm gaming online now. So there's this.
Do you ever get young lads that beating you in NBA or anything?
Listen. I can't play NBA online because even wearing the Air Jordans, I get hammered. Which I'm sitting there and I'm like 20 points down at half time, and I'm like, you don't know what you're in for. I've got this. I lace up the Air Jordans, throw them on, still get hammered. I don't know. They're not working. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, no, I'm in this. I played a Formula One game, and I'm in this league online, League of Ireland F1, and they have a YouTube thing and a Twitch thing and all those sort of things. Some of the lads have. One of the lads, I can't remember his name. He has a TikTok thing, and he has like 2 million followers on it, just from doing these F1 yokes. But some of the lads in it are fucking insanely, like, just esports is a whole thing that I didn't really, you know what I mean? And these
esports
lads,
huge, Danny.
Man, it's insane, like, you know what I mean?
I wonder if we could get anyone on to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure I could ask them. I should ask one or two of the lads from this League of Ireland F1. It's great crack, like.
Dragonfly 6.
No, Dragonfly was kicked out of the league for antics, performance enhancing. He was using a PS5. There's one of the lads, Big Slater. He's like probably that's his screen. And do you know what's mad about it, right? And this is how small the world is. So Jono was the one playing league, and he said it to me, and he was like, "Look, if you want," I was like, might as well, sure. Look, nothing else going on. So got involved and absolutely loving it. Like, I'm fucking terrible compared to these lads. I do be getting lapped and all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as it turns out, in just a random kind of thing, 4 or 5 of the lads are from Ballyogan.
Oh, right.
And Slater is one. I used to play football with his brother Mark.
No way.
Just a mad little coincidence.
So you'd be having the chats with these strangers while gaming?
Yeah, you would, yeah. They're great crack. They're all sound lads, in fairness, like, and as I said, like, some were unbelievable at the game. Like, the fucking, like, your man Slater is, like, I can't remember what track. There's some of the tracks where he has, like, times that are in the top 30, top 50, top 100 of the entire world, like, do you know what I mean? And I'm there in, like, 111,000. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I've got mad into that. But the whole e-gaming or esports thing is, like, the money involved in it. Holy God.
Yeah, but sure, when lockdown first happened, last year, and the Premier League and stuff was gone. Sky Sports were showing esports of like gamers playing. It was a legit Premier League,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Sky were showing those matches, and it was like, oh, I can't be watching
It's
gaming on
you know what I
Sky.
mean?
Like,
It's mad. Like, yeah, well, on Sky, fair enough. Like, but I mean, like, I do be watching the lads race and all, and like sometimes it's better than an actual Formula One race, which let's be honest can be very fucking boring. But
yeah, yeah,
this is because it's like lads in a computer game, and like the setting is that all the cars are the same, so it's literally just how good you are, as opposed to, Lewis Hamilton is in the best car by fucking 100 million miles, like.
yeah.
So it just be mayhem in it, and lads do be fucking going mad at each other, and it's a bit, like, I get great entertainment out of it. But yeah, lads, give it a look. League of Ireland F1. If you're into your esports and your gaming and all that, like, I'm enjoying it.
And how would you compare it to your Championship Manager days?
I mean, I haven't come down the stairs in racing overalls and a helmet, but but I'm
Yes.
yeah, I was gonna say yet. I'm getting very. If I can find a 3 or 4 XL pair of racing overalls and a helmet that'll fit my tennis ball head, then who knows what'll happen. Yeah, I do. I get a bit into things, don't I? It's rabbit holes, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is rabbit holes.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it though.
Rabbit holes with good things, though, not rabbit holes with conspiracies.
No, they can go and eat me shy. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, there's too much of that in the world at the moment. There's too many G Demps type characters out there.
Don't know who you're talking about.
No, of course not. No, fucking pillock. Anyway, Jesus. But yeah, look, I don't know. I know people, lockdown isn't great, but I'm focusing on the positives, man. We're nearly out of it, and I've had a year to complete Netflix and play the PlayStation. No complaints out of me on that front. It'll be all right, lads. We'll get through. Like,
we're nearly there, hopefully.
That's it, man. That's it. And that's it. That the fucking, you knows, man. You might be going to a League of Ireland match sooner than you think.
Hopefully, I don't know why I have it in my head that I'd be going to a match in July.
Who knows?
Who knows? Hopefully,
we could all be up to our ditties and vaccines, growing a third arm, but you'll be on the fucking stands giving us socks, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
imagine just growing wings and all after getting the vaccine.
I love how it's not like it's you know what I mean. It's not like, oh, imagine you develop some sort. It's like, imagine you grew wings, like, imagine.
Yeah, the wing at the back, like, imagine.
Well, that's if the government take your advice and go to Russia or China to get them vaccines. Who knows what we'll be growing?
Yeah. I'd take Sputnik, no bother.
Oh, listen, hook it to my veins.
Absolutely.
If it's good enough for Putin and his army, man, he's not risking the army. Do you know what I mean?
No, he's not.
He wouldn't be sticking it in those boys unless he was pretty confident, like. So if it's good enough for the Russian military, sticking in my arm. If it means I can deadlift 400 kilos 2 minutes after it, then so be it. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking Captain America super serum or whatever. You don't like Marvel, actually, do you?
No, I don't not like them.
Like the superhero stuff. You're not into it as such, are you?
Not really. I did get into the Transformers movies. I think when I got to the third one, I stopped. I loved Nolan's Batman's, Christopher Nolan's Batman. Yeah, I will watch the Batman next year. Barry Keoghan's in it, so I'm interested in that.
Yeah, Colin Farrell is Penguin, and it's terrifying what they've done to him.
He looks unreal, doesn't he?
It's mad, like, it's
It's all CGI though, isn't it? It's makeup, like.
Yeah, it's all like, makeup is insane now. Would you ever see those girls on YouTube who, like, you know, they look just like, you know, a spotty 16-year-old girl would look, and then they do their makeup and they actually make themselves look like fucking, I don't know, Jerry Halliwell or something. Like, they literally turn themselves into somebody. I don't know why I said fucking ginger spice.
Look, you're struggling there, you were.
But, like, they literally make themselves look like somebody famous just by, you know, contour and
special effects and all, was it?
Yeah, they use they so skilled with the makeup that they can make themselves look like somebody else with just makeup. No prosthetics or anything like that, just makeup.
Pretty good. I don't be watching those, to be honest, Dan.
I do be scrolling on like Instagram Reels or whatever, and you get these little things of like,
Slater, tell you.
No, we didn't actually.
Big
No,
Slater.
that's a screen name. Yeah.
What's your screen name?
Danjo1358.
That's all right.
Add me
What's
on
the
PlayStation.
significance of 1358?
13 Brian O'Driscoll, 58 Marco Simoncelli.
Pretty good.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I usually use 1316, but somebody had taken it.
I thought you'd be more of a 316 guy.
Well, yeah, no. Well, the 16 is normally there, but for Roy Keane as opposed to 316 Stone Cold. So there you go. Yeah, but that's it. Jeez, I don't know. I feel like we've had an awfully long waffle now, man. I feel like,
That's what we were supposed to do.
That's true. Yeah, we didn't pause to put in our Manscaped ad. I feel like we should have done that a while back.
You're not just add them in.
I'll find a spot and I'll stick it in. Who knows?
Yeah.
It'll be a surprise. Well, it won't be a surprise. People who are listening to this bit will have already heard the ad. Now they're peeking behind the curtain to our production meetings where I say, I must put in that Manscaped.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to have to re-record it because the one that I use has. And now back to our guest. But sure, there's no guest this week.
Bollocks.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. We'll just snip that bit off the end. Pretend nobody will notice. Even now when I'm talking about it, they won't notice. Manscaped.com. Use the code WTS pod. You get 20% off, free shipping, and your town halls will be beautiful.
And if you want to listen to any other podcasts, what do they do?
They just pop WTS pod into any podcast provider. They can go Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Podcast Republic, Podcast Addict, Apple Podcasts, anywhere and everywhere that you can download a podcast. Just search WTS pod, and all 229 episodes that preceded this episode will be there waiting for you.
Lovely. And he's at Danjo Murray and I'm at American Mania. I'm off to have a look if I can watch the British Empire. And until next week,
Clear eyes.
Full hearts.
Can't lose.
Too sweet.